William Peace University, Averett University Cougars, Cary, North Carolina, USA Baseball, Athletic Training Complex. Who? What? would like to welcome you to Cary, North Carolina, home of USA Baseball National Training Complex, where the William Peace Pacers will take on the Averett Cougars here in Game 1 of 3-game series. And stepping into the box for the Cougars will be number 12, the center fielder, Nick Winston, to lead things off here on a beautiful Friday night in Cary, North Carolina. On the mound for the Pacers, Derek Jackson. Jackson 1-4 on the year. Scores at a bunt. That one rolls foul. So Winston looking to get on base with a bunt. Falls down 0-1 in the count. Swing and a miss. And Jackson quickly 0-2 on Winston. Both teams looking to get something going this year, as the AU Cougars are 4-20 on the year, 2-10 in the conference. And the Pacers are also 2-10 in the conference. That ball way outside. Count goes 2-1. William Peace Pacers 6-17 overall. That check swing, see if he goes, and he did. The first strikeout for Jackson on the night. That'll bring up number 5, the shortstop, Ryan Traylor. Traylor batting .304 on the year. Big swinging and a miss on the first pitch he sees. Once again, Jackson getting ahead early in the count, going up 1-0. Traylor holds off. Pitch looked to be a little bit outside. Another big cut there. Just fouls that one back. Count runs 1-2. One, two. That one hopped. And that'll be ball 2. The shortstop Traylor working the count here. With one down. Fouls that one off again. Just over the first base dugout. Two-two pitch. Struck him out looking. 2 up and 2 down for Jackson on 2 strikeouts. That brings up the DH for the Cougars, number 41, Cody Jones. Lays off the first pitch he sees, a little high. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. And 3 up, 3 down for the Pacers, as they will come into the dugout and hit in the bottom of the first. quick top of the first inning for the Pacers as they go 3 up, 3 down. And that brings up the left fielder to lead things off. Number 20, Easton Payton. On the mound for the Cougars, Matt Tuggle. And Tuggle's first pitch goes for a ball. Tuggle with a 3.38 ERA on the year. 0-2. His 7th appearance. Another ball. Takes the count to 2-0. Payton batting .301 on the year. Started every game for the Pacers so far this year. Tuggle gets a strike to go. Runs the count 2-1. Swung on, chopper down the third. And that play made. And that will sit down Easton Payton. So 1 up, 1 down for Tuggle. That brings up the right fielder, number 1, Jonathan Rue. Rue squares up the bunt and brings it back, and that goes for a strike. Shook his head after that one. Tuggle 16 innings pitched on the year. Squares up the bunt again. And called for another strike. So quickly down 0-2. That ball outside. Rue lays off. Trying to fight back in the count here. Down 1-2. Swung on. Back down third base line. That one rolls foul. Nice play made there by the head coach of the Pacers, Curtis Owen, in his second year here. William Peace out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Tuggle's 1-2 delivery. Rue lays off. Brings the count even 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Jonathan Rue, the right fielder, fighting it out at the plate here. As the center fielder waits on deck. Nathan Holt, number 15. But 1 down for Jonathan Rue right now at the plate. Tuggle's delivery. That one swung on, fouled off again. So Tuggle working with a 2-2 count and 1 down in the bottom of the first. Swung on, and he gets him to strike out. So 2 up, 2 down for Tuggle. That brings up the center fielder, number 15, Nathan Holt. Holt leading this Pacers team in batting average, batting .305. He has also started every game this year, 23 out of 23. Takes the first pitch. Catches the corner for a strike. So he falls down 0-1 with 2 outs. Swung on. Popped up in the right field. And camped under it. And 3 up, 3 down for the Pacers. As we head to inning number 2 here in Cary, North Carolina. And stepping in for the Cougars will be the right fielder, number 23, Andrew Lancaster, to start things off in the top of the second. Swinging on first pitch, that one popped up down into right field, and that one tracked down for the first out. Jonathan Rue making that play in right field for the Pacers. So, one pitch for Derek Jackson here in the top of the second, and one down. That brings up number 16, Chase McKinney, the third baseman for the Cougars. That ball misses low for ball one. People still starting to file in here. That one popped up down the right field line. I'm not sure if it's going to be playable or not. That one will be down. Just a long strike. Evens the count up 1-1. Everyone getting back to their positions after the long foul ball. 1-1 delivery. Off speed, misses high. Takes the count to 2-1. Back-to-back balls for Derek Jackson. And McKinney draws a walk, which brings up the first baseman, number 28, Tanner Bradshaw. Bradshaw batting .275 on the year. Jackson gets ahead in the count. Nice fastball in the outside corner. As he faces the big first baseman for the Cougars, Tanner Bradshaw. Another pitch outside, gets Bradshaw to swing, gets up early in the count, 0-2. Bradshaw steps back in, facing an 0-2 count with McKinney on first after a walk. That pitch way outside. Try to get Bradshaw fishing again. One-two delivery. Steps off. Making sure McKinney stays over at first. Runner's going. Looked like a little hit and run. That one fouled off behind the plate. Cougars couldn't work that out there. Bradshaw still working with a 1-2 count. And one out, one man on first. Here in the top of the second inning. Pickoff move. McKinney in safely back at first. That one swung on, popped up to the second baseman. Alex Seaton camped under that one. That'll be 2 down for the Pacers. Averett still with a man on first after the walk. Brings up number 10, the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo. That one swung on and going to go foul for a first pitch strike for Jackson. Pitch just a bit inside. Count goes 1-1. One delivery. Almost the same exact pitch. Blue holds off. Takes the count 2-1. Jackson trying to get out of the inning with nothing hurt after a walked batter to begin the inning. But runs the count 3-1 with 2 outs. That one swung on, drove to center field, but Nathan Holt camped under it, and the Pacers are out of the inning. And we are scoreless, heading to the bottom of the second. In steps the DH for the Pacers, number 36, Tyler Tilson, to lead things off in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here. That first pitch outside for Tuggle, who went 3 up, 3 down in his first inning on the mound here tonight. That pitch called strike. Nice inside pitch there by Tuggle. Big lefty Tilson here. Looking to get something started for the Pacers. That swung on for a strike. Quickly down on the count, 0-2. 1-2, my correction. Swung on. That one drove in the right field, but just not enough, as the right fielder for the Cougars, Andrew Lancaster, camps under that one for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman for the Pacers. Number 2, Mikey Ennerton. Holds off. On a pitch just outside. Gets ahead in the count 1-0. Swung on. A little dribble to the second baseman. That play made for the second out of the inning. And Tuggle once again making quick work of the Pacers here in the bottom of the second. That brings up the first baseman, number 19, Michael Stern. Stern batting 293 on the year. First pitch swinging. That one again to the right fielder for the Cougars. And Tuggle goes 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. And the Pacers leave no one on, no one out, and we go to the top of the third. Start things off here in the top of the third. The catcher for the Cougars, number 14, Dawson Hawk. And Derek Jackson coming back on the mound for the Pacers. Count 1-1. Jackson about to have his 30th pitch on the night. That one high for a ball. 1 walk so far, 2 strikeouts for Jackson. That one swung on, fouled off. Count even at 2-2. Hawk only batting 118 on the year. That ball high and inside. Runs the count full for the first batter of the inning. That one inside again. And Jackson, just as he did last inning, walks the first batter he sees. That'll bring up the second baseman for the Cougars, number 25, Martin Nicolay. So with 1 on and nobody out here, the Pacers find themselves in the same situation as they did in the top of the second. Squares the bunt. That one back to the pitcher. Could get a double play here. Gets one. Can't get the second one, but for the Pacers, that works out well. For the Cougars, not so much. That brings up back to the top of the lineup, the center fielder, number 12, Nick Winston. Now with a runner on first and 1 out after a failed sacrifice to move the runner into scoring position. Just didn't pan out for the Cougars. Only 1 out, though. Still could have something brewing here in the top of the third. Runner going, swung on and fouled back. Maybe the second attempt to a hit and run for the Cougars here, but 0 for 2 so far on the night. Winston struck out in his first appearance at the plate. Jackson steps off the mound. Trying to keep an eye on Nicolay at first. That pitch swung on. And a pop fly out to right field. And that'll be out number 2 for the Pacers, keeping Nicolay at first. In comes the shortstop, number 5, Ryan Traylor. Struck out looking in his first appearance. 2 outs, 1 man on for Averett. First pitch high for a ball. One 0 count. Jackson steps back off the mound. People still filing in here at USA Baseball Training Facility in Cary, North Carolina, as the Cougars and the Pacers doing battle in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Runner takes off, throw down to second. Throw beats him there, and he's out. And once again, the Cougars strand a runner as we head to the bottom of the third, 0-0 still. In steps the catcher for the Pacers, number 27, Nick Tilley. In the bottom of the third. Holds off first pitch. Low and outside for a ball. One 0 count. Swung on a miss. Big swing there by Tilley. As the count goes 1-1, Tuggle back on the mound for the Cougars. Looked strong here early. Both teams looking to get something going this year. That one a little outside. Runs the count 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out. Swung on. Chopper the shortstop. Third baseman comes up, makes the play. Nice play there by the AU third baseman, Chase McKinney. comes up, cuts that ball off. Shortstop don't have to come up and get it. Makes a play early. Sits down Tilly. That brings up the second baseman, Alec Seaton, number 11. Seaton batting .302 for the Pacers this year. That's second best on the team. Holds off on the first pitch. Called strike. Seaton played 23 games this year and started all 23 games this year for the Pacers. Total steps off the mound. Ahead in the count, 0-1. Seaton holds off on a called ball. Count goes 1-1 with one out and nobody on in the bottom of the third. The 1-1. Swung on, drove into center field. Center fielder on the run. And a nice play made after a well-hit ball from Seaton. It was just a long out. Brings up the shortstop, Parker Fernstrom. Fernstrom holds off on the first pitch, but it's a called strike. Fernstrom only batting .129 on the year. His 12th appearance this year for the Pacers. Count goes 1-1. That one swung on. Shortstop, nice play. And once again, the Pacers go 3 up, 3 down. As we head to the top of the fourth, still tied at 0. Ryan Taylor stepping back in for the Cougars, the shortstop. Struck out his first appearance. Holds off on the first pitch. That one a called ball. Was at the plate in the last inning, but with the runner being thrown out at second, he gets a new slate at the plate. That one swung on, chopped foul. Brings the count to 1-1. That one just misses outside on a nice off-speed pitch. 2-1 for Traylor. Swung on. That one blooped over the first baseman, and that'll be a hit for the Cougars. Traylor just making contact on off speed, blooping into opposite field. gets one on for the Cougars with nobody out. That brings up the DH, grounded out in his first appearance, number 41, Cody Jones. Jones batting .276 on the year. That makes it 3 innings straight. Derek Jackson, the pitcher for the Pacers, has had leadoff man take first base. Back-to-back walks, and then this inning with a hit. But nothing come of it for the Cougars. That one popped foul. Jones steps back into the box after swinging on first pitch and fouling it off. Runner on first, nobody out again for the Cougars. That one just gets the outside corner for a called strike. Quickly up in the count, 0-2. Swung on again, that one fouled back. Cody Jones fighting at the plate for the Cougars. .02 pitch, off speed, misses outside. Trailer still on first for the Cougars. Swung on, skied into the air. Second baseman camped under it for the Pacers, and that'll be out number 1. That brings up the right fielder, Andrew Lancaster. Cougars starting to make a trend here as they've had the leadoff man reach base the past 3 innings and have stranded him the past 3 innings. But Lancaster steps in the box, looking to change that, with Trailer still on first. 1 out. Jackson's delivery. That pitch just misses for ball 1. Jackson trying to keep an eye on Trailer on first. Delivers. That one's going to be down for a hit, but will hold Trailer at second. So Lancaster gets one to fall and puts runners on first and second for the Cougars with only 1 out. Top of the 4th here. Averett looking to strike first. As Chase McKinney, the third baseman, steps up to the plate. Jackson works quickly. He gets a swing and miss on the first pitch. The 0-1 swung on again and fouled off. So Jackson facing some adversity here in the top of the 4th with runners on first. McKinney just looking to battle. That one swung on and blooped over the first baseman. This could be trouble. There's going to be a play at the plate. And he's in there. Cougars on the board first as McKinney down 0-2 in the count drives a run in. And there will be runners on second and third for the Cougars with only 1 out. That'll bring out Curtis Owen for the Pacers for a mound visit. My correction is that's the pitching coach, Dylan Finks, for the Pacers. Looking to walk out, maybe just calm the nerves of Derek Jackson. Jackson had a nice start, but the trend of putting runners on early in the innings coming to be a nightmare for the Pacers here in the top of the fourth. So the Cougars strike first on a McKinney RBI double, who puts Lancaster at third and brings up the first baseman, big Tanner Bradshaw, with only one out and two runners in scoring position. Swinging on first pitch. Nice stop by the shortstop. They score a run, but they get the out. So Bradshaw comes in, gets an RBI. Nice play by the shortstop. Fernstrom there for the Pacers, though, to get the out. So McKinney's still on second for the Cougars. That brings up the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Jackson just trying to stop the bleeding here in the top of the fourth. Trying to keep his eye on McKinney over at second. Two out here, though. Really need to go to the batter. Gets a strike to go. Gets up early in the count, 0-2. Jackson only around 50 pitches. Done pretty well there. That one blooped to the second baseman, and the Pacers are out of the inning. But the Cougars scratch off two runs in the top of the first. Hold on to the lead, 2-0, as we head into the bottom of the fourth. Back here in the town of Cary, as the Cougars and the Pacers squaring off in a big conference series. Game one here. Averett strikes first in the top of the fourth. Easton Payton, the leadoff man, the left fielder for the Pacers, looking to lead things off here. That one just a bit inside. Payton almost wore that one. Backed up just in time, though. 1-0 count. Swung on, roped down the third base line. That one called foul. Payton squared with that one up, just couldn't keep it in play. Sun has gone down here at Coleman Field. The lights are on. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Looking to be a very nice weekend for both of these teams. That one swung on again. Nice off-speed pitch by Tuggle for the Cougars. Up in the count, 1-2. Pacers just looking for their first base runner of the game here in the bottom of the fourth. That pitch just low for a ball. Count runs even at 2-2. Tuggle taking his time. Seems to be in a groove tonight. Looks comfortable early here. That pitch swung on, looked to be foul. Not sure if it's going to be in play. No Cougar can make their way to it, so that does drop foul. Count stays 2-2. Payton stepping back into the box as he's fighting to be the first Pacer base runner of the night. Tuggle's 2-2 delivery. That swung on, fouled back again. Easton Payton up there battling. That one swung on and missed for another strikeout for Tuggle. So once again, 1 up, 1 down here for Tuggle. Having a strong performance so far. That'll bring up the right fielder number 1, Jonathan Rue, who struck out back in the first. Squares the bunt. Can't lay it down. That'll be a strike. Tuggle seems to be in a routine. He's got things going here for the AU Cougars out of Danville, Virginia. That ball outside. Count runs even 1-1 with 1 out and nobody on. Squares the bunt again and comes back, and that's a called strike. Rue showing some frustration at the plate as he's down 1-2. One-two delivery from Tuggle. That one high. Rue has to bend down just to miss it. Brings the count back even at 2-2. Rue at the plate and Holt on deck for the Pacers with 1 out. Nobody on. That pitch way outside, runs the count full. Full count here for Tuggle, trying to keep the Pacers off the base pads, as he has done well so far tonight. The delivery, that one low, and there it is, the first base runner for the Pacers tonight. So Tuggle had a perfect game through 4, but no more after the walk. That brings up the center fielder, Nathan Holt. Flat out to right field, his first at bat. Off speed, popped up to the second. And first baseman comes in and makes the play, and that makes it 2 outs. Big Tanner Bradshaw for the Cougars coming to make the play, makes 2 outs. With a runner still on first for the Pacers. In steps the big DH, lefty Tyler Tilson. Tilson batting .259 on the year. Only second pitch of the night for Matt Tuggle out of the stretch. As this is the first inning, Pacers have had a base runner on, but 2 out here with Tilly at the plate. Pickoff move back to first. Tilson at the plate. My apologies. That one held off by Tilson. 2-0 count for him. Tuggle looking to get a strike. And he does from a foul pitch. DH Tyler Tilson at the plate for the Pacers. Tilson with only 1 home run, 10 RBIs on the year. Another pickoff back to first from Tuggle. 2 out here. Runner going. And the catcher for the Cougars, Dawson Hott, couldn't corral that one. So that's a stolen base for Jonathan Rue. So now, Pacers have a man in scoring position with their DH, Tyler Tilson, at the plate. As Jonathan Rue on second. Tuggle steps off. Really get to see what Tuggle's made of here. He faces his first real threat of the game with a 3-1 count and 2 out. That one swung on, brings the count full, so we'll have 3-2, 2 outs, man on second. He'll be leaving early. The Pacers trying to get 1 run back as the Cougars ran 2 across the plate in the top of this inning. Three-two delivery. Ball thrown down to third. He's safe, so there'll be runners on the corners for the Pacers. Still 2 outs. But that brings up the third baseman, number 2, Mikey Anderton. And that'll call for a Cougars mound visit. Tuggle's done well. But Cougars coach will bring the infield in with runners on the corners for the Pacers. 2 outs, probably just discussing what they need to do here. Easiest out. Up 2. Tuggle only pitch count right at 50 so far. Here in the bottom of the 4th. He's done well, but facing his first real threat of the game right here. About ready to have Matt Tuggle step back on the mound for the Cougars. Runners on the corners. Fresh count for Mikey Anderton, the third baseman, with 2 outs. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the shortstop. Nice backhand play, throw to first, scoop. And Tuggle and the Cougars are out of the inning with the Pacers leaving 2 on. Top of the 5th we go. 2-0, Cougars. Derek Jackson coming back out for the Pacers. Here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch swinging for number 14, the catcher, Dawson Hawk for the Cougars. Quickly up 0-2 in the count, Derek Jackson is. As swinging on both first 2 pitches he sees is Dawson Hawk. And 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a strikeout for Derek Jackson. So going to work quick early here in the top of the 5th. I'll bring up the second baseman, Martin Nicola. And hit by pitch. So the Cougars will have a man on with 1 out. Now bringing out the top of the order for the Cougars, number 12, Nick Winston. So 1 out and a man on first for the Cougars. The pass, the check swing, and the home plate umpire calls it a strike. So Winston goes down 0-1. But once again, the Cougars have a man on first with less than 2 outs for the 4th inning straight. That's swung on, and that's through for a base hit. So the Cougars looking to get some more insurance runs as they have runners on first and second with 1 out. And I'm bringing up the shortstop, Ryan Traylor, who really started things for the Cougars last inning. Once again, Derek Jackson finding himself in some trouble for the Pacers. That one swung on, fouled back. Pacers do have some action going on in their bullpen. But looking for Jackson to work his way out of it. He does have 1 out. Double play still intact with runners on first and second. And he's quickly up in the count 0-2. Pitch. Swung on. That's through to third base line. Runner's coming home. Throw ain't going to be there in time. That's the cutoff, and that is a RBI single for Traylor. So the Cougars tack on another run here in the top of the 5th, cranking the lead up to 3-0. Back in the same situation, runners on first and second with 1 out for Derek Jackson and the Pacers. Oh, that one swung on high into center field. Runner at second looking to tag. Takes off for third. Throw not there in time. And both runners advance up. So a productive out for the DH Cody Jones as he moves the runners to second and third and brings up the right fielder, Andrew Lancaster. So Derek Jackson letting up another run here in the top of the 5th, but gets a fly out that ends up moving both runners into scoring position. So with 2 outs here, Lancaster steps up to the plate with a big opportunity. Stretch this lead out for the Cougars. But Derek Jackson on the mound, trying to stop that from happening. Steps off, trying to communicate with the catcher, make sure they're on the same page. First pitch swinging. That one popped up into right field, and the Pacers are out of the inning. So 2 runners left on for the Cougars, but one crosses the plate, and they have a field goal lead, 3-0, as we head into the bottom of the 5th. In steps the first baseman Michael Stern for the Pacers to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th as they're down 3-0. Tuggle's first pitch goes for a strike here. He's had a strong debut so far for the Cougars here in this game 1 of a 3-game series. Cary, North Carolina. Site for this series, and a nice off-speed pitch for Tuggle there. That goes up early, 0-2. Nice pitch outside. Stern laid off, but it was caught a ball. So a wise move there as he runs the count 1-2, trying to fight back here. Tuggle working fast, strikes him out, swinging. So Tuggle makes quick work of Stern there. Who brings up the catcher, number 27, Nick Tilley. Tilley 0 for 1 on the day, as the Pacers are still looking for their first hit. That one swung on, fouled back behind the plate. Tuggle only 55 pitches in, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That one swung on. And home plate ump says he does go. So 0-2. Tuggle again working head in the count early with 1 out. Facing the catcher, Nick Tilley. Tuggle steps off. Oh, 2, 1 out. Try to get him to chase. Runs count 2-2. 1-2. My corrections. That one held off, and he struck out looking. And Tuggle is in a groove here, as once again, he's on 2 batters and sat 2 batters down here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up number 11, second baseman for the Pacers, Alec Seaton. Seaton, first pitch swinging, first pitch missing, and Tuggle is in a groove. Quick pitch from Tuggle. Second pitch swinging. As he falls 0-2 in the count. Oh, 2 pitch. Trying to get him reaching. Seaton holds off. Swung on, and that's going to be down. And that is the Pacers' first hit of the game. They get it in the bottom of the 5th. And Alex Seaton, the second baseman, breaks up Matt Tuggle's no-hitter. So the perfect game broken up last inning when Tuggle had a walk. And the no-hit bid broke up here in the bottom of the 5th by Alex Seaton for the Pacers, which brings up the shortstop, number 28, Parker Fernstrom. A runner going. That one hit up the middle, and that makes life easy for the Cougars as the second baseman steps on second. One runner left on for the Pacers, and they are down 3-0 as we head into the top of the 6th inning. First pitch missing. Derek Jackson back out on the mound for the Pacers here in the top of the 6th inning. Cougars clinging to a 3-0 lead. That one chopped to the shortstop. Nice backhand play. And nice stretch from the first baseman, Michael Stern, as Jackson gets the first batter he faces to ground out. And steps the first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw. Big boy for the Cougars. Nice flow out of the back of his helmet. Takes first pitch for a strike. That one swung on. Drove to the center fielder. He comes in to make the play. Diving play. And he makes the grab. Nice play there from the center fielder, Nathan Holt for the Pacers. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring in the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo. That one just inside. Jackson looking to work quick. Swung on quickly. Count runs 1-1 with 2 outs. Jackson again misses close inside on DiCarlo. That delivery, again, inside. Runs the count 3-1. Derek Jackson really working the inside part of the plate. That one a little closer than the first two balls, but just trying to hit his spots. That one outside, and DiCarlo draws a walk with 2 outs. So instead of putting the Cougars out early in top of the 6th, Jackson leaves the door open as DiCarlo draws a walk, and the catcher, Dawson Hawk, steps up to the plate. So 2 out. That pitch, a strike. So Jackson gets up in the count 0-1. That one outside and high for a ball. One count. Jackson's delivery. That one once again just high and outside. Brings the count to 2-1. Oh, man on first for the Cougars. 2 outs, though. Looking to have a little 2-out rally here on the top of the 6th. Runner going. Catcher holds off. Nick Tilley behind the plate for the Pacers. Holds off on the throw down. 2s everywhere. Man on second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Two delivery. That high, misses. Runs the count full. Big situation here. Here in the top of the 6th. The Cougars are looking to tack on another run with a runner in scoring position, 3-2. And that one ball gets by the catcher, but runner holds it third for the Cougars. So now runners on the corners for the Cougars, and 2 out in the top of the 6th. Brings up the second baseman, number 25, Martin Nicolay. Big moment in the game here. Cougars looking to bust this one open. Nicolay takes the first pitch for a strike. Pacers trying to keep this one in reach, as we're almost getting into the late innings. That one flew out to right field and camped under it for the 3rd out is Jonathan Rue. Cougars leave 2 on in the top of the 6th and cling to a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Easton Payton steps in for the Pacers. The leadoff man, left fielder. Facing Tuggle for the third time tonight. Tuggle only one hit given up so far. As we're in the bottom of the sixth. Payton squared up to bunt, pulls it back, and takes it as a strike. Shaking his head, not happy with that one. Swinging on the second pitch, chopper to third base, and thrown out. So one up, one down for Tuggle. In steps the right fielder, Jonathan Rue. First pitch swinging also. That one fouled off down the first base line. A little score update for the state of North Carolina in basketball. The Tar Heels down by 2 at halftime against the Auburn Tigers. That one swung on and fouled off again down the right field line. So Tuggle working quick, 0-2 here on Rue. But the Tigers and the Tar Heels fighting for a chance going to the Elite Eight. The Blue Devils playing later tonight, around 9:30. That ball outside. Swung on, roped down in left field. Just a little warning track power, though, for out number 2. Rue got a hold of that one, just not enough. And brings up the center fielder, Nathan Holt. So Tuggle, once again, making quick work of the Pacer lineup here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pacers have been aggressive at the plate. First pitch swinging again, chopper to the third baseman. And 3 up, 3 down for Tuggle once again as the Cougars are clinging to their field goal lead as we head to the 7th inning here in Cary, North Carolina. Beautiful night here in the town of Cary at USA Baseball National Training Facility. And Pacers down 3-0. Nick Winston at the plate for the Cougars. That one fouled off. One count here. Nice off speed. Goes for a strike. Derek Jackson still on the mound for the Pacers. Looking to be in a pretty good groove. Only giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs. That one swung on, fouled off. Counts 1-2. Just for everybody that's watching this as their number one event tonight, LSU and Michigan State. At halftime, Michigan State a 12-point lead. That one held off on by Winston. Brings the count to 2-2. But Michigan holding on to a 12-point lead at halftime. And the Auburn Tigers up by 2 on Carolina at halftime. But right now we have the William Peace Pacers and the Averett Cougars squaring off, with the Cougars clinging to a 3-0 lead in the top of the 7th inning. Three-two count. Swung on. And center fielder for the Pacers underneath that one, Nathan Holt for out number 1. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ryan Traylor, for the Cougars. Traylor, 2 for 3 on the night with an RBI. Had his way with Jackson so far. Nobody on. First pitch swinging. Both teams been pretty aggressive at the plate tonight. A lot of first pitch swingers on both sides, which has worked out well for both of the pitchers, keeping their pitch count down. Derek Jackson, pitch count up, so a little more than Tuggle for the Cougars. Right around 9. Swung on, fouled off, back behind the plate. Jackson working ahead of the count, 1-2. That one swung on again and fouled off down the first base line. Nice cool night here, 64 degrees in Cary, North Carolina. That ball inside brings the count even 2-2. Pretty clear night. Blue skies, lights on. Beautiful night for baseball. Jackson's 2-2 delivery. Swung on and popped up to the second baseman. Nice play made. Alex Seaton there, who has the only hit of the ball game for the Pacers so far. Brings up the DH for the Cougars, Cody Jones. Jones 0 for on the night. Looking to change that here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. First pitch swinging, roped down the third base line, but foul. So aggressive batting again, as we have seen that through the night from both sides, but couldn't get that one in play. So he falls 0-1 in the count. Nice off-speed pitch there from Jackson. Little curveball. Had Cody Jones just sitting in the box. Gets up in the count 0-2. That ball outside. Takes the count 1-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Swung on and Cade. Down goes Jones. And the Pacers are headed into the bottom of the 7th, down 3 runs, looking to get going quickly. The DH, Tyler Tilson, stepping into the box for the Pacers in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch swinging once again. That one popped up to the left fielder for the Cougars, Zach DiCarlo. So 1 up, 1 pitch, and 1 down for Matt Tuggle, as he is back out for the 7th inning for the Cougars. And what a performance he has had so far tonight. 6 1/3 so far, and only 1 hit given up. Mikey Anderson, the third baseman, up for the Pacers now. Anderson 0-2. Swung on that up the middle, could get through, and he is now 1 for 3. So the Pacers, with 1 out, get a man on here in the bottom of the 7th, my fault. So that's 2 hits on the night for the Pacers. Looking to get something going here, get on the board. Maybe get Tuggle out of the game. He has been in a groove here tonight to start this series on a beautiful Friday night here in Cary, North Carolina. Michael Stern, the first baseman, in the box now for the Pacers. That ball outside. Nice block by the catcher, Dawson Hawk, for the Cougars. Ball got a little scuffed up. They're trying to calm Tuggle down here. Getting late in this game. Pacers realizing they need to manufacture some runs. They want to make this one interesting in the late innings. That one swung on, and that's fair. Down the third base line. Could be trouble. Runners staying at third for the Pacers. So a nice hit there by Stern to move the runners to second and third with 1 out. We'll have a pinch runner here for the Pacers. Number 7, Tyler Galloway. Galloway batting .231. Pinch hitter here for the Pacers. Tyler Galloway. Galloway looking to step up here big time in the bottom of the 7th for the Pacers as they're down 3-0. 1 out here, though. Tuggle facing some of the biggest adversity he has tonight. First pitch swinging. Grounder to shortstop. Will get the out, but will score a run. So Galloway comes in, swings the first pitch he sees, and gets an RBI and gets the Pacers on the board. So 2 out with a man still on third. The second baseman, Alex Seaton, who broke up the no-hitter back in the 5th inning, steps up to the box. Looking to get the Pacers another run here with 2 outs. That one low and outside for a ball. Swung on. That bloop down to right field, and he can't make it there. So another run for the Pacers. Three to 2 now here in the bottom of the 7th. Pacers trying to make it interesting. Parker Fernstrom steps up to the back box, the shortstop for the Pacers. So that's 2 hits on the night for Seaton, and RBI, big RBI for the Pacers to scratch that lead down to 1 in the bottom of the 7th. A little 2-out rally here, maybe. That one poked through the second base, a little hit and run, perfect That will move runners to the corners. And the Pacers have something brewing here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And that calls for a mound visit for the Cougars head coach, Kenny Fleming. First-year guy for the Cougars. Wants to talk to the whole infield as they again face runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Now just clinging to a 1-run lead. And leadoff man for the Pacers will be up Easton Payton, the left fielder. Tuggle staying in the game right now for the Cougars. The Cougars do have action in their bullpen. But first-year coach Kenny Fleming is going to stick with Tuggle right now as he goes and gets a strike. And this big at-bat for Easton Payton and the Pacers. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. That one just outside. Payton holds off, brings the count 1-1. Tuggle's 1-1 delivery. That one right down the pipe for strike number 2. Runner's going. Swung on. And center fielder camped underneath that one. Pacers do strike 2 runs in the bottom of 7th just to make the lead 3-2 for the Cougars. So things should get interesting as we head to the top of the 8th. Derek Jackson back out on the mound for the Pacers as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Cougars clinging to a 3-2 lead. 5 hits by both squads tonight. Pitchers have done well. That ball just inside. Derek Jackson and Matt Tuggle almost putting on a show here as they have managed both situations well. That one swung on, brings the count 1-1. Each have faced adversity in their own way. Only giving up a few hits here and there. That one swung on, fouled off down the first base line, and going to be out of play. Nice play there made by a pitcher in the Cougar bullpen. but counts as a long strike. One-two count. Here for Jackson's first batter in the top of the eighth. That one swung on, and gets him to sit down swinging. So Jackson still got it going here in the top of the eighth as Chase McKinney, the third baseman, steps in for the Cougars. McKinney 1 for 2 on the night with a walk and an RBI. Umpire drilled in the mask. Has to walk that one off a little bit. But swing and miss, so it's 0-1 for McKinney. That ball just low. That one fouled off, which brings the count to 2-1. My fault. Fouls that one off, which brings the count even at 2-2 with 1 out. That ball high. Runs the count full for McKinney. And a walk for Derek Jackson. Brings up the big first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw. After that walk, pitching coach Dylan Finks comes back out to the mound for the Pacers. His starter, Derek Jackson, pitched a swell of a game so far. Only 3 runs given up. Not sure if they're looking to make a change just yet. And they are. So that'll be the night for Derek Jackson. As he goes 7 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Five strikeouts. And a pretty nice standing ovation from the William Peace faithful as Derek Jackson's night is done. That'll bring in a right-hander, Austin Padgett. 3.46 ERA on the year. It's his 12th appearance. Big time out of the bullpen guy. No starts on the year. Looking to come in here, shut things down here for the Cougars. With 1 out in the top of the 8th. So new pitcher for the Pacers coming here in the top of the 8th as the Cougars are clinging to a 3-2 lead. Austin Pageant in for the Pacers. Nice long flow on the mound. His first batter he'll be facing be the big first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw. First pitch outside for a ball, Tanner Bradshaw with a nice flow out the back of his helmet as well. So battle of the flows here as Pageant comes in for the Pacers in a crucial moment at the top of the 8th inning. With a runner on first and one out. That pitch high as well. Count goes 2-0. Pageant looking to just come in and get settled down. That one swung on, ripped down the third base line. Base hit there for Bradshaw, but keep the runner at second. So Pageant comes in and gives a quick hit up as he'll now face the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo, with runners on first and second and only one out. DiCarlo 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. That ball outside. Nice stop there by the catcher. Just to keep the runners where they are. Action still going on in the Pacer bullpen, but almost same action going on in the Cougars bullpen. As Tuggle still just pitching a gem for the Cougars. That ball high again for Pageant. So the count again goes 2-0. 2-0 delivery. Swung on a miss by DiCarlo. So Pageant finally gets him a strike. Runners on first and second, and one out. Ground ball could get the Pacers out of the inning. That one swung on a miss again from DiCarlo. So the count runs even back 2-2. Two-two delivery from Pageant. Swung on, popped up. That one out of play. So DiCarlo, the left fielder for the Cougars, fighting at the plate here with one out. Trying to get some insurance run for the Cougars late in this game. Crucial game one of a 3-game series here for both teams. Swung on, popped up. Should be out number 2 for the Pacers. And it is. As a shortstop, Parker Fernstrom camped under that one. And 2 down for Pageant and the Pacers. That'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Dawson Hawk. With a runner still in scoring position. On second and first. First pitch outside corner for a strike. Pageant looking to get comfortable, get in a groove here. Get out of this inning. That one, another called strike. Nice placement there by Pageant. Low and away for a called strike. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Catcher Dawson Hawk at the plate for the Cougars. That one high and outside. Couldn't get him to chase. Steps off the mound. Let's keep an eye on the man on second. Pageant just trying to work out of this inning for the Pacers. Not have too much damage done as Derek Jackson was taken out of the game with 1 out in the top of the 8th. swung on and missed. And Pageant is fired up as the Pacers are only down 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. So Matt Tuggle's night is done for the Cougars as we head to the bottom of the 8th. He made it through 7 innings, only giving up 5 hits and 2 earned runs. Had a no-hit through 5. Jonathan Rue, the right fielder, squares up the bunt. Did not go. Number 7, Dylan Roberts on the mound for the Cougars. Coming in the game for Tuggle. Rue squares out the bunt again and pops that one up behind the plate. Runs the count to 1-1. We've seen him do that almost every time up to bat. Hasn't got one laid down yet so far tonight. One count. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. The Pacers are still down. 3-2. Squares up the bunt again. Nice curveball there from Dylan Roberts to get ahead in the count 1-2. And swing and a miss. Roberts gets Rue to go down swinging. First batter he sees in the bottom of the 8th. Brings up the center fielder Nathan Holt. Still a cool, beautiful night here in Cary, North Carolina. Beautiful facilities here. William Peace Athletics gets to play here for their home games. And a big swing and a miss for Rue. The first pitch he sees from Dylan Roberts. Lays off that one, though, just a bit outside. Brings the count even 1-1 with 1 out. That one fouled off. As Holt just trying to get on base to start something here for the Pacers. Facing an 0-2 count. Lays off that one, just a bit low. Cougars dugout did not like that call. Roberts steps off, trying to regather himself. One-two delivery. Swung on. Fouled off. Nice breaking ball there by Dylan Roberts. Holt trying to get a hold of that one, though. Couldn't make clean contact. Drives the count 2-2. That ball low, which runs the count full. Roberts with a funky little windup, but seems to be working for him. He's faced one batter so far in the bottom of the 8th. Has one down and is facing a 3-2 count here against Nathan Holt. That ball outside for a walk, so the Pacers have the tying run on first base with one out in the bottom of the 8th. Brings up the big DH, number 36, Tyler Tilson. Tilson 0 for 2 on the day with one walk. First pitch. Tilson holds off on, takes it for a ball. Big situation in the game here. Things could go both ways. Ground out could end the inning for the Cougars. Base hit, keep things going for the Pacers. One out though, runner moving, hit and run action. That one goes foul. So a 1-1 count with one on and a runner on first. Nice breaking ball there, off-speed pitch from Dylan Roberts to get ahead of the count 1-2. Looks like he's trying to keep everything low in the zone, trying to get a ground ball here and get out of this inning. 1-2 delivery, runner going. There's a pitch out, throw down to second. And he beats the throw. Ball got away there. Think he was going to be safe either way. That's a stolen base for the center fielder, Nathan Holt. And a runner in scoring position with a 2-2 count. And the DH, Tyler Tilson, at the plate. So the Pacers, with a tying run on second, in the bottom of the 8th, looking to make things interesting. That ball gets away from the catcher, and Holt will move up to third. Big chance here for the Pacers and Tyler Tilson as the tying run awaits at third with only one out. Pacers fell down 3-0 early in the game, but have climbed back here as the Cougars bring the infield in, knowing the tying run is on third with only one out. That pitch swung on and drove, and that'll be a tie ball game here. Tyler Tilson coming up big at the plate as Nathan Holt ties us up here in the bottom of the 8th. That's big-time clutch hitting there. Down by one, bottom of the 8th. A man on third. The infield in for the Cougars. Put it in play and tie the game. Runner going. That one popped up. Catcher trying to make a play. Oh! Big time play there for the catcher, Dawson Hawk of the Cougars. Magnificent play there. Get the second out of the inning, keep the runner on first. Still a tie ball game. After the big time play there by Hawk. That one popped up right behind home plate, and Hawk got to the fence just in time. So fresh count for the first baseman, Michael Stern. Runner still on first for the Pacers and 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Pick off the first. Tilson in safely. Two straight balls for Dylan Roberts on the mound for the Cougars. Two-0 count, 2 out. Swung on, first pitch of that bat. That one's fouled off behind the plate. First strike of the bat, I'm sorry. Stern steps back in, facing a 2-1 count. His first time he sees Dylan Roberts on the mound. Roberts steps off. That Pacer dugout's got some energy now after they've tied the game here in the bottom of the 8th. That one low. 3 balls now. A little 3-1 count with 2 outs. Pacers maybe trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner not yet in scoring position, though. Swung on, fouled off. Stern battling at the plate. So full count and 2 outs. In the bottom of the 8th. Little pickoff move. Tilson in safely. Dylan Roberts on the mound for the Cougars. Coming in relief. Facing a 3-2 count. Another pickoff move. Back in safely. Just barely, though. Nice. That was a nice, quick pickoff move there by Dylan Roberts. But Tilson's not too far off the bag over there at first. 3-2 delivery. Swung on, ripped into left field. That could have the distance, and that's gone. Michael Stern, being about as stern as you can be at home plate, gets the pitch he likes on a 3-2 count, and the Pacers take the lead. Bottom of the 8th. Big time at bat by Michael Stern. And the Pacers faithful is on their feet here. Roberts comes into the game for the Cougars. Gives up 3 straight runs here in the bottom of the 8th. And the Pacers on top 5-3 here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. That ball crushed by Michael Stern. I'll bring up Tyler Galloway. Galloway, who came in and pitched hit back in the 6th inning. Come in, had a sac fly for an RBI. Nice curveball there from Dylan Roberts. He's quickly up in the count 0-2. Just trying to stop the bleeding here. That ball outside. Outside again. Runs the count 2-2. That one swung on. Did he go? And he did. So struck out, but Pacers take the lead 5-3 on a Michael Stern 2-run bomb. We head to the top of the 9th. Your William Peace Pacers 5. Averett Cougars 3. Now coming on the mound for the Pacers, number 18, Samuel Petticord. Trying to close this one out. Just need 3 outs. That one up, right back to him, stabs at it, and makes the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Pacers. 2 more down. And they'll cling on to this win. But the Cougars are back at the top of their lineup with number 12, Nick Winston, the center fielder, up to the plate. Winston 1 for 4 on the day, 1 strikeout. Takes that first pitch for a strike. That one crosses the plate just on the outside corner, which brings the count 0-2. Petticord come in, making quick work of the Cougars so far. Nice breaking ball for called strike 3. Sits him down looking. Out number 2 for the Pacers. 1 more out. They can clinch a big Game 1 series win against the struggling Averett Cougars. Both teams looking for a big series win as they're looking for some momentum heading into the conference tournament. And that pitch swung on by number 5, Ryan Traylor, the shortstop. Maybe the last batter for the Cougars tonight. That ball just inside. Petticourt with a little sidearm action. Nice breaking ball. That last at bat. That one swung on. Blooped. Oh, just over the second baseman's glove. So the Cougars are alive here in the top of the ninth with 1 on and 2 out. Traylor with a nice little single to get things going. And the DH, number 41, Cody Jones, steps in. Jones 0 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. Again, working ahead in the count. Goes 0-1, does Petticourt. Another nice breaking ball. 0-2. That curveball slider thing's just working for him here right now. And struck him out. And the Pacers, with a big Game 1 series victory. Petticourt comes in and gets a save. 5-3 victory for the William Peace Pacers in the Game 1 on Friday night here over the Averett Cougars. We'll be back here in Cary, North Carolina at 3 o'clock for first pitch.